Good morning and happy Monday. Back to work here. I am exhausted. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Let me get some coffee first, because coffee is essential. Leaving Pangea Coffee Roasters. They're such a delicious place. Today we got some Ethiopia blend, as well as Ethiopia in the cup. Alright, well I spilled a bunch of coffee everywhere. Also, a lot of people complain about this glove box system. I don't really mind it, except for this fucking napkin situation, you know? That was fun. Car got to taste my coffee before I did. Yay, coffee! Definitely one of my favorite things in this world. I can tell that today is just gonna be one of those off days. Already spilled coffee all over myself. I dropped the freaking screw mount for my GoPro between the fucking seats. Frustrating morning. First world problems, I know. Have y'all noticed how the art of alternating has been lost over the past few years? First of all, when you turn onto the merge lane, everybody that you're merging with, you're supposed to alternate together into one stream. Then, when you actually are merging onto the highway or whatever street, you're supposed to alternate with who is already on that street. It seems like that's just completely gone out the window. People just slam on the accelerator and force their way in wherever they possibly can in both situations. And then, when they're getting on the fucking highway, they all merge as this giant clump of cars, and it's like, it just doesn't work. It's just... First of all, I think that FSD is going to be an absurdly valuable product. They should definitely be selling it for way more than 7K after delivery or 5K or whatever it is prior to delivery right now. The problem here is how often they're jerking prices around, and it doesn't... What I do care about is the news of this price is highly publicized, and prospective Tesla owners have, that's what they know, you know. I've seen several new posts that this latest round of price changes, increasing the cost of FSD substantially, which granted I agree with, is the final straw for them, and that they are going to be canceling their reservations of their Model 3. It's overall unproductive. And I was one of the lucky few who took advantage of the pricing cuts back when it was 2K for autopilot and 3K for FSD. So I was very lucky that I now have those and am guaranteed the FSD computer. That's not the point here. The point is the volume of price cuts that are occurring, or price increases, and it's just turning so many people off of Tesla, even current owners. But I am very much of the viewpoint that when you purchased the car, you saw value in how much you paid for the car, and you got everything that you paid for. I don't know, I just think that this is just super detrimental to Tesla, to the Tesla name. So one of the things that I'm loving about Tesla lately is how many of them you see on the road. It's just incredible the amount of Model 3s that are showing up. You know, they've made this car commonplace, which is phenomenal. I'm so happy that electric cars are becoming a standard. I used to be somebody that really enjoyed having a unique car that you didn't see very often. I mean, yeah, that's great. However, in this situation, the goal is to see as many of them as possible. You know, in the end, yes, to charge these we're using, or at least some of us, I still am unfortunately, power produced by fossil fuels. But at least this is a step towards moving to a different type of energy. You know, and I fully intend that when I own my own house, currently I'm still renting with somebody from college, and install solar and use that exclusively along with the Tesla Powerwall. But yes, in general, I am so stoked to see more and more Teslas on the road every day. So speak of the devil, there is a Model 3 behind me right now. This is what I'm talking about. It's just so great. I feel like everybody is kind of off today. There's people all over the place. One of the notorious things about Colorado is people will not honk unless they absolutely have to. It just doesn't happen in Colorado, and I don't know if it's people are getting high or just more relaxed or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it. People drive pretty damn aggressively here. But this morning I've heard at least like 10 honks alone, and I don't know what's going on. People seem just frazzled. Like, I just had those two silly incidences this morning, but I don't know. Things seem a little bit weird today. Just stay out of people's way, I guess. Another thing that's been bothering me about Tesla is the phone integration into the main screen here. And a company as technologically advanced as Tesla, the level of phone integration into this vehicle is pretty sad. While you're inside the vehicle, the only thing you can do is Bluetooth stream music. In this day and age, when Apple CarPlay and Android CarPlay are basically a standard, I would think that Tesla would at least be working towards an update with either of those features or their own implementation. Hopefully not their own implementation, because that would be very expensive to put their software engineers on a task of doing something that's already been done. There's already Bluetooth versions of Apple CarPlay. I feel like it would be a simple software update. I would like to be able to have Siri integration and be able to text from voice without having to be like, hey Siri. But yeah, it's just kind of sad how little they have integrated your phone into the car's system. And I really hope that in the future some of those things change. Okay, not too bad, but look how far they get away and how slow this thing is accelerating. I have to step on the gas to make it even semi-acceptable. And then it's like, oh yeah, I should actually be accelerating faster. So in my Tesla likes and dislikes video, that was one of the things that I mentioned. Or maybe I didn't mention it, but one of the things that I think that should definitely be improved about Tesla's autopilot system is how aggressively it takes off at stoplights when you are sitting behind people and they take off. In that situation, it actually took off pretty quickly. You know, it didn't wait that long, but I've been in situations where it at least gets, the cars in front of me at least get 10 car lengths away before it even reacts. However, it accelerated so slowly that they got like 20 or 30 car lengths away, and I eventually had to press on the accelerator to get any sort of normal acceleration. Also, I am so excited for these new updates that are coming. The no confirmation lane change, whenever that makes it here, and the summon, the smart summon that's coming. I am so stoked. It's gonna be so exciting. Yeah, one of the biggest things about autopilot and navigate on autopilot is that you do have to confirm lane changes. Part of the whole idea is to take away the stressful and nagging parts of driving. So I think this update is going to be very, very welcomed. People are going to love it. It's really going to open people's eyes as to what autopilot and FSD can be and what it can do. So I make sure that I'm connected to power and connected to Wi-Fi every single night. I even bought a Wi-Fi extender such that I could, you know, make sure that I'm in the best position possible to get this update. I'm just counting down the seconds. It's going to be so lit. So I've owned this car for approaching 6 months at this point. 7 months. We're getting up towards 8,000, 7,000, 8,000 miles. And I am still finding out new things about it all the time. In one of my other videos, I just had somebody comment that when you're using autopilot and it tells you that you need to touch the wheel to let it know that you're still paying attention, that you can actually use the scroll wheels instead of shaking the wheels. Something I just found out. I never knew. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but still, it just happens so often that I find out something new about this car that I didn't know in the past. Certainly wasn't the case with my previous cars. Okay. I think I'm just so funny. Good afternoon. I hope you all have had a good day. I just got off work here. It's been a long day. definitely not fully off work. Have to go back to work when we get home. One of my F-150 friends just left right as I got out here too. Didn't seem to care much that I parked in between. I can tell you how often I get people who are just so interested in finding out about my car. They come running up to me and they're like, your car is absolutely silent, and like, how does it work, and what is it like to not have a dashboard? And another great thing about having one of these is the opportunity to educate people that there is another type of vehicle out there that is equally, if not more, exhilarating than an ICE engine could ever be. Alright, so another thing that I think Tesla could really improve on is their keyless entry system. The phone as your key is really cool and it's a nice gimmick. However, the amount of times that it actually works is not very often. The only way to really guarantee that it works is to have your phone out before getting in the vehicle, and that's just not very practical, unfortunately, especially if you're carrying things into your car and your hands are full. You're not going to always have a free hand to take your phone out and make sure that it's unlocked. So another thing that I absolutely love about Tesla is that I'm coming to find out so far is the maintenance costs. They're like aren't any, which is awesome. I came from doing a lot of my own maintenance, oil change, spark plugs, all of those things on my old ICE vehicle, and I haven't had to do any of that. The only thing that these really require in the first few years of ownership are tire rotations. There are a few suggested, incremental service reminders that you're supposed to do, but mostly not at all. All of the maintenance is next to nothing compared to a nice vehicle. And alright, so that's about all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Today was more just a compilation of thoughts that I've had while driving about Tesla and about driving in general. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments that you did so I can tailor the content more towards something like this. As always, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to watch. It really means the world to me, and please share with your friends if this is something you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video.